channel, and if you are new here, hey, welcome to my channel. If you haven't already, go ahead and hit that subscribe button down below. I would really appreciate it, and I'm so happy you're here. So for today's video, I'm bringing you this dewy, luminous, glowy foundation routine. It is perfect for spring, it is perfect for summer, it is perfect for any time you want to look like a goddess and you just want to glow from within. I think that it's beautiful. My highlight is popping. My highlight is on fleek. I think that it's a really beautiful look. You can just tell that I'm like luminous and dewy and just oh, my skin looks wet almost, especially with this highlight. And like I said, I think this foundation routine is absolutely perfect for the spring and summer months. It really just keeps you looking natural and beautiful. So if you guys want to see how to get glowy and dewy skin, then make sure you just keep on watching and we'll go ahead and get started. Okay, so let's just jump right in. The number one step I can give you when trying to achieve glowy skin is to prep your skin. This is the most important. This is what's gonna kind of set the tone for my skin that day. This is probably like the most important step I'm gonna give you. So first things first is you have to moisturize, making sure that your skin is nice and glowy before you go in with the foundation, and all of that powder is really going to help with the end result, because you're gonna have this extra layer of glow on your skin from where you moisturized and you prepped it. I cannot stress this enough. Moisturizing your face, whether you have oily skin or dry skin, whatever it may be, is so important. Okay, and since we are going for glowy, I'm also gonna go in with my Mario Badescu Rose Water Spray. This is just really refreshing, and I like to keep it in my little purse or in my car when I want to look extra glowy that day, because it really just helps add that extra layer of hydration. So next I'm going to go in with an oil. Like I said, because this is for glowy skin, I like to go in with a little bit of oil because I am dry. If you guys have more normal to oily skin, you can probably skip this step. It isn't necessary. I, however, have dry skin, so I like to go in with a little bit of oil because this does just add another, layer of hydration. This is the Milani Prep and Brighten Rose Oil. Okay, we have a couple of more steps before we can actually move on to the foundation. I also want to go in with the Becca Aqualuminous Light Priming Filter. This is super hydrating, and it really just adds some life back to your face. It brightens it, and it just makes it look better. And last but finally not least of the skin prep, I'm going to go in with the Tatcha Silk Canvas. This is totally optional for you guys too. If you don't have bigger pores like I do, this step isn't necessary. I just have bigger pores right here in my T-zone, so I like to go ahead and put a little bit of a pore filling primer in them just so that my skin looks the best that it can. Plus, this is super hydrating and it smells really good and it has skincare in it. Okay, so now we can move on to foundation. I have two options for you guys that I think are beautiful for natural, dewy looking skin. I have the NARS Ultra Radiant Longwear Foundation and the Flower Beauty Light Illusion Foundation. These are both really great options. This is definitely way more expensive, but they both give you a nice medium to full coverage. They give you that nice dewy, beautiful, luminous skin, and that's what I'm going for most of the time in spring and summer, just because I want my skin to look glowy, and I kind of want to look like a goddess. I just want to be glowy and beautiful and bronzed all the time. I love to go in with dewy, luminous foundations. Because I'm not self-tanned, I'm going to go in with the Flower Beauty one. The NARS is just a little bit too dark for me right now. But they are both, like I said, really great options, and they're just beautiful. They look really good on the skin. So I'm going to go in with this Flower Beauty one, and I'm just going to blend this out all over my face, all over my neck, and because I'm wearing an off-the-shoulder shirt, I'm going to blend it onto my chest as well. If you're wearing an off-the-shoulder shirt or a tank top or anything like that, it's really important to blend your foundation all the way down just so that everything kind of is cohesive and it all goes together. So now that our foundation is nice and blended out and we are looking at nice and natural and luminous, as you can see when the light hits this foundation, you can just see kind of a sheen to my face, and it really just looks really beautiful and natural. So for concealer, I want to go in with the NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer. This is such a good full coverage, natural looking concealer. It's very luminous and dewy, and although we're going to go in with powder and set that afterwards, this just really keeps my under eyes from getting dry and gross throughout the day. This is such a good dewy concealer. So before I go in and set all of that, I like to go in with a little bit of a cream concealer and cream contour. This just kind of helps make the look more natural and more, you know, realistic. I think it just helps with the dewiness and, like I said, making it look a little bit more natural than going straight in with a powder contour. This was the LA Girl Pro Conceal, by the way. And then I'll just go in and start blending this out. Just make sure you blend upwards, because that's gonna really help the illusion of like a cut cheekbone and just having snatched cheekbones. If you blend down, it's really gonna look like shadowy, and it's not gonna give you the, you know, effect that you want. And again, before I go in and set all of that, I like to just lay down a little bit of a base for my highlighter. I'll just go in with a little tiny bit of a cream or a liquid highlight. This is the Makeup Revolution like liquid highlighter in the shade Champagne. And I'll just put this right here on the high points of my cheek to start. And then I'll usually take my finger, because that's the easiest way to blend it, and just start blending it into the skin. I like to go in with this on my like clavicle area, chest area, when I'm wearing off the shoulder shirts. So I'll just right here, and then also a little bit on my shoulders. And then I'll just take that brush I used for foundation and kind of blend all of that out. And this just helps with the like bronzy, you know, like highlighted effect, not just on my face, but on my body. So now it's time to set my face, because even though I want to be dewy and luminous, you still have to set your face, because you don't want your makeup to slip and slide and look gross all day. So make sure you go ahead and blend out any creases, and then just go in with the powder. I like to really just focus this right under my eyes, especially when I'm going for a more dewy look. And then with the rest of the powder, because I don't want to go in with a ton and I don't want to bake, I'm just going to take it on a big fluffy brush and just kind of swirl it around really lightly on my face, just to make sure that everything is nice and set. Same thing with my neck and chest. And as you can see, that highlighter is still peeking through. So as for contour and bronzer, when I want to be more natural looking, more dewy, I don't really like to go for the contoured look. I like to go for a bronzy look. So I'm going to dip into my Too Faced Natural Face Palette, and I'm just going to dip into that bronzer Tropic Like It's Hot. And this is pretty deep and it's pretty pigmented, so a little bit is going to go a long way. And I'm just gonna go over where I cream contoured and just start blending that into my skin so that I look nice and bronzy and warm. So as you can see, that's a little bit harsh. Just a little trick that I've picked up along the way is to just go back in with my damp beauty sponge and just kind of tap over the bronze area. And that's just gonna make it look a little less harsh and a little bit more blended. So I'm looking nice and bronzy and, you know, a little bit and like I have a little bit of color to my skin, and I'm not translucent. So now I want to go in with blush. This is my absolute favorite blush I think ever. It's the Flower Beauty Flower Pot blush in the shade Peach Primrose. I use this blush more than any blush that I own. It's just so beautiful. And I really like to have those peachy cheeks, especially when I'm going for a bronzy, you know, glowy look. I think peachy cheeks just make you look sun-kissed and beautiful. It just goes with any look. So I'm just going to dip into this, and I'm just going to start kind of sweeping it onto my skin. And then, because we went in with a bunch of powder again, I'm going to go in with more setting spray. This time I'm going in with the MAC Fix Plus in Gold Light. This has the most beautiful gold shimmer in it, and it really just makes you look glowy and luminous all day long, no matter what kind of makeup you're doing. This is a must when I am doing a more luminous, dewy look, because it really just makes you glow from within. Now it's time for my favorite part, because this is literally what just takes you to next level. It really just, you know, makes you glow and beam and just beautiful. So I'm gonna go in with the Kylie Jenner Wet Set. Can you even see the packaging? This is the Kylie Wet Set. It is so freaking pretty. Look at all of these. And when I tell you that these are the best highlights for when you're going for a glowy, beautiful, like natural, like wet looking skin kind of look, this is perfect. That's why it's called the Wet Set, I'm assuming. This just, like, when you touch them, they feel wet. They're just creamy and beautiful. I'm gonna swatch them for you. They are just like, oh my gosh. They're blinding. They're so pretty, and they're perfect for a look like this. For this, I'm gonna mix two of the colors. I'm gonna mix Privacy Please and Unbothered. I'm just gonna mix these two shades together, and I'm just gonna start placing it on my cheek. Like, look at that. My skin just looks wet and dewy, and that's the look we're going for. We want to look like we're just naturally this glowy. For my nose, my Cupid's bow, my inner corner, and brow bone, I'll go in with a little bit of a smaller brush. This is like a tapered blending brush, and I'll just dip back into those two shades, and I'll blend that out. So I went ahead and finished up my makeup, did my lips and my lower lash mascara, but this is the finished look. This is how you get bronzy, beautiful, glowy skin from within when it's spring and it's summer and you just want to look like a golden, beautiful, highlighted goddess. As you can see, just overall my skin looks luminous and dewy and just kind of like wet looking, I guess. It just looks really beautiful. I added some gloss to my lips just to make them look glowy and plumped up. And honestly, it's just beautiful, and it's perfect for spring and for summer when you want that just natural, radiant, you know, glow to come from your skin. But if it doesn't by itself, you can just do it with makeup. This highlight, like, everything just blends really well together, and it's really just a super beautiful look. But that's it for this video, you guys. I really hope that you guys liked it. I hope that you like this dewy foundation routine. I think it's super fun. I love having dewy skin, and I just really like how this turned out. So if you liked this video, go ahead and give it a big thumbs up down below. I would really appreciate it. And if you haven't already, go ahead and hit that subscribe button as well. You know you want to. And if you haven't already, please. And go ahead and hit that notification bell so you can be notified every time I upload content. It is every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and you really just don't want to miss when I upload. So go ahead and hit that little notification bell. But thank you guys so much for watching. I love you, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye, guys.